Hey guys, what's up? This is Bharat. You're watching iGyaan and we're doing a really special unboxing, the new Motorola Moto X4s, but we are doing it in absolute style. Now this is one of the best ways to see the beautiful city of London, and from the sky you can really see the architecture in all its glory. On one side you can see the Tower Bridge and the Shard, the London Eye, and you can also see other parts of London while you are doing this tour, like the Wembley Stadium. But we're here for a special unboxing and we wanted to share this experience with you guys. So today we are checking out the new Moto X4. Now the price on the box of the Moto X4 for India is rupees 23,999, but the phone will be launched for slightly lower once it does go on sale, and we'll have details of that in the description below. The phone will launch in two colors, and we have both the colors here, the Super Black and the Sterling Blue. So let's quickly unbox the Super Black and see what all is inside the box. First thing inside the box is the phone itself. Let me safely secure it over to the side and I'll go further in. You also get a whole set of documentation along with SAR information, some safety tips for the device. You also get a SIM ejector tool and a quick start readme booklet. If we go further in, there is a USB wall charger. Now for the Indian system, you will get a Euro style wall charger, which is a 15-watt charger, a Moto Turbo power charger, which is great. Also inside the box is a USB to USB Type-C cable. That's because the phone does support USB Type-C. And you also get really nice earphones inside the box this time around. So you do have a flat cable style earphones. They are in-ear style earphones. They do have additional tips inside the box to fit your ear size. So really good going as far as the earphones and in-box accessories are concerned. The quality of the accessories seems to be really good. But that's everything from the box of the Moto X4. Let's take a look at the device itself. So here you can see both the colors in all their glory, the Sterling Blue and the Super Black. But typically getting from point A to point B in London can be really time consuming. But if you want to arrive in style and get there on time, it takes about 15 minutes to take a chopper ride to your favorite destination. Speaking about the Moto X4, over at the front you do have the earpiece, which also doubles up as the forward-firing speakerphone. Right next to it is a 16 megapixel camera. Now this is a f2 camera with a 1 micron pixel size. You also get a selfie flash or a light, and if you are shooting in low light environments, the camera changes to a 4 megapixel adaptive low light camera mode. You also get features like a selfie panorama, face filters, etc., which we'll detail in a little bit. Now below that is a display. It is a 5.2-inch full HD display with a 1920 by 1080p resolution. You also get 424 pixels per inch. The device does have Corning Gorilla Glass 3 over at the front as well as the back, and you do have a really nice aluminum alloy frame which surrounds the body. Now over at the bottom you do have the fingerprint sensor, which can double up as your navigation keys once you activate it through the Moto app, but primarily the navigation buttons remain on screen. You also have a microphone right next to the fingerprint sensor. At the bottom of the device are where all your markings are, along with the model information. You also have the USB Type-C port and the 3.5mm headphone jack. Over at the right, your buttons. So the power button is textured to easily identify it, and then you also have your volume up and volume down buttons. On the top is where the SIM tray is, along with the secondary noise cancellation microphone. There's nothing at the left of the device, and on the back is where all the action is. So you do have dual cameras on the back, along with a dual LED light, which is color temperature adjusted. So you do have an amber and a white light. One of the cameras is a 12 megapixel camera, which does have a dual AF pixel sensor with an f2 aperture and a 1.4 micron pixel size. The other one is an 8 megapixel sensor, but it's an ultra wide angle sensor with a 120-degree field of view, and it does give you a little bit of distortion because of the wide angle nature. This one does have an f2.2 aperture with a 1.12 micron pixel size. The cameras do support face detect autofocus, and you can capture 4K video at 30 frames per second from the main camera. At the back also you can see it's Gorilla Glass 3. You do have a whole series of microphones, so the device does have a total of 3 microphones for enhanced audio capture, and the front firing speaker is also pretty loud and clear. Now running everything on the inside is a Qualcomm Snapdragon 630 chipset, which is a 2.2 GHz octa-core CPU, and you also get the Adreno 508 GPU. Now like I said, this one is a 4GB plus 64GB variant, and if I am correct, then there will also be a 3GB plus 32GB variant, which will be cheaper than this one. Now even though London was designed as a walking city, getting from point A to point B can be difficult because it has expanded quite quite a lot over the years. So the tube remains the best way, or the easiest way to do it is to get on top of one of the London buses, which are really iconic and really important for our video as well. So let's talk a little bit more about the phone. On the inside, the phone runs Android 7.1 Nougat, and it is completely stock as the Moto system is. You will get an update to Android Oreo, which will also give you an update to the Bluetooth. So presently the Bluetooth is at 4.2, but once you do get an Android O update, it will change to Bluetooth 5.0, which is interesting. The device also has standard things like an FM radio, and you do need to plug in your 3.5mm headset to enable that. As far as the weight is concerned, the phone is only 163 grams, so it's fairly lightweight. It is nice and well rounded off, and it feels great in the hand. You do have your standard set of applications on board, along with a few extra applications on the device which can be uninstalled if you don't require them. So there are also a few new things on the device. Finally, Moto is bringing back water resistance, and this one is an IP68 water resistant phone. Despite all the open ports and the 3.5mm headphone jack, the Moto X4 has managed to get a IP68 rating, which is fantastic. You also get a wireless sound system inside the phone, which allows you to connect up to phone speakers using the new Bluetooth setup on the device. This works despite the fact that the device is only on Android 7.1 right now, and will continue to work better once you shift to Android 8 Oreo, which should be done in a couple of months. There is also something called the Moto key, which allows you to access websites and unlock your Windows computer directly by adding your fingerprint to the device. And once you've secured that, you can enable the Moto key. It'll save your passwords and your login information on the Moto key, much like what Apple does with the keychain. And then you can log into websites on the phone, and you can also unlock your Windows computer using the Moto key, which is really handy. And if you don't have a fingerprint sensor on your laptop or your PC, this one will definitely be a game changer for you. You also get the standard set of things for the Moto app, including Moto Actions, Moto Display, and Moto Voice, which is pretty standard as far as Moto apps are concerned. Let's talk about the cameras. Since the phone uses dual sensors, you do get some of the features that we've seen in Moto phones in the past. So you do have a depth enabled mode, which allows you to capture pictures and then go back into the picture, edit the picture, blur out the background or the foreground, change focus from front to back, replace the background, and some of the features that we've seen in the past. What's also interesting is that there exists a new spot color mode, which allows you to selectively choose a color from your frame and then make sure that color stays and the rest of the image becomes black and white. People have done this in post for many generations, and this is something that Moto has enabled directly on the phone. Comes in especially handy in a city like London, which is full of the color red, and it looks absolutely fantastic on this phone. You also have the other features, including a full professional mode, which allows you to customize your frame before you capture it. So you get control over your ISO, white balance, exposure, your focus, and even your shutter speed. The phone does capture 4K video at 30 frames per second. But what's interesting is that you do have a wide angle camera on this as well. So while you are shooting this video or capturing photographs, you can jump from the wide angle camera to the close angle or a narrow angle camera, and it does that seamlessly. And with the wide camera, you can really get a lot more information in your frame, and which is demonstrated by some of the pictures that we have over here. Now, we've played with this phone in depth for quite a while, and our review for this phone is ready. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, and make sure you stay tuned to iGyaan for our future videos. If you're taking part in the giveaway, don't forget to hit the link in the description below. This is Bharat. I'll see you guys in the next one.